Welcome everybody. This is the first official episode of the Envent podcast, the most stacked team of young lordices in the Pokemon Go community. We got Behaz with the fat echo coming in on the Discord list. We got our full team right here. We got the full team finally. All four of the main juicers. We got Behaz, Call Me Jake, Elcal, and Lyndon. Lyndon and I are from Florida. I am the team manager slash backloader. I don't know what you would call me. But we are all just having a good time. Ready to talk about a little Pokemon action. Jake and I would guess you consider us the co-founders, but Jake mostly is in charge of managing his team. He actually was reached out to by Behaz. I'll give you a little backstory. So, are you there, Jake? Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Behaz reached out to Jake and was like, yo, we should make a team. I think you, me, and Elcal would be a fat juicer of a team. And Jake was like, I think we got something brewing. I think we got a big pot of stew cooking on the back burner. And so he messaged him back. He's like, sounds good. We need to find a fourth. That's where Linda came in. But Jake and I have known each other for a hot minute. I'm just a juicer. I don't play Pokemon, but I can make a
he's not that big of a juicer, but he has some amazing artist skills.
So we'll give everybody a chance to talk here. We just wanted to give you guys a backstory of Event and how we came to be. But me and Call Me Jake, we're going to be on a CS:GO team, another game on PC, and it didn't work out. So we started playing some other games. We just became friends. We've been friends for a hot minute, like I think probably almost 3.5 years.
Yeah, I'd say it's been about like 3 or 4 years now.
And so he started getting into the Pokemon, started making YouTube videos. I was just still riding the wave. I know someone so famous. So once he was like, we should make a team, I was like, I'm all about it. So I got to work on the management end of things, started making accounts, making different things, getting everything set up, did all the graphics. And so here we are. So we'll give the team a chance to talk. We'll start from top to bottom. So Behaz is one of the main juicers. He just was in Virginia, got second place, went 7-1. So how are you, buddy? What's going on?
So going on, guys? Happy to join Team Envent.
What are you most famously known for, Ryan?
All right, so I'm Behaz 401. For PvP, the only thing I was really grinding was Pikachu badge.
Would you like to tell us what your achievement is in the Pikachu scene?
I was first in the world to 20,000 Pikachu medal. So
That's nuts.
That's really epic.
So nuts. Dude, I can't stand Pikachu. Good for you.
as soon as once trading was released back last year in July, I reached out to my local community, and during that month, Pikachu event where they were everywhere. So I reached out local Facebook group, asked everyone to see as many as they could, sacrifice this storage, and get on my schedule, trade me a day. And back in 2016, my cousin told me to download the app. I ended up just doing it and fell in love.
Yeah, that's the most beautiful love story I've ever heard.
Anyway, next would be Call Me Jake, the young lordist. Most of you guys know him as Sideburns, but I know him as love of my life.
Oh my God.
As we said, one of the founding members of Team Event. But got anything to add, Poppy Chulo?
Okay, so I'm Call Me Jake, and I make a lot of content over on YouTube at Call Me Jake. I make a lot of content for the PvP scene, and I am a co-founder of this team, and I'm happy to have all of these amazing players alongside me. We have a goal as a team to help improve the community and grow it into an esport. We have a lot of things planned for 2020.
Amen, baby. We have plans for world domination. Every team that thinks they're fancy,
Yeah, basically.
in the EU, all the teams that do speak English, they don't even know what's coming, baby. Anyway, up next is Elcal, the comedian of the group, top tier juicer.
Hi.
How you feel? How you feel as part of Envent?
Feeling pretty delicious. I've been in love with Pokemon since I was 5. As one of the elder statesmen in these group of young bloods. This was something that, I grew up with. I grew up, crying when Butterfree flew away and my whole life was ruined. So, getting into Pokemon Go in 2016 was natural for me. At that point, I had 2 younger kids, so me and my wife would end up using that as an excuse to run around Peabody in different towns and body people for gyms. So when PvP first came out, I immediately fell in love with it. I was really sad that my local community didn't really adopt it, so I found one that did. Got on Go Stadium, and trying to take over the world.
There we go, baby. Even better, almost as good as a love story as V has in his Pikachu.
Almost, yo, almost. He started to break down though, so that was true love, right?
Yeah, you can feel the passion
so hard
there.
was short-circuiting his mind. And then me, obviously, we already kind of talked about it, but I'm Jake's buddy. I just kind of running the backside of things for the team, making sure everything goes smooth, make sure we produce as much juice as we can in the shortest amount of time. I'm just there to massage the team when they need to loosen up, and that's basically all I need to know. Then we got Lyndon, my other boy, representing Florida. I'm also from Florida. We're pretty close to each other, so I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of videos of Lyndon eventually when I bring my camera over there. But
Yeah. So my name's Lyndon Ryu. I'm a trainer out of Tampa, Florida. So holding it down the South on the PvP scene. I help run tournaments in Tampa as well. So not only am I a battler, but I'm also a tournament organizer. We get around 20 to 30 people at our local tournaments and have held some really cool events, building the community. And I've gotten to PvP just because I missed the competitive aspect of other things. And all of a sudden, Pokemon Go, once it had PvP, just completely changed the game. You'd get adrenaline rushes where the rest of the game's kind of just a grind. So, so that's pretty much what got me here.
nice.
Preach.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah, so Lyndon wasn't initially in B-Haz's announcement, but I was kind of wanting somebody when we talked to that. I was like, I really want someone from Florida. And Jake's like, dude, have you seen this Lyndon guy? And we saw his Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the one.
He's so dreamy.
So we picked up Lyndon, and then that's all she wrote. So I think we're gonna move into a little bit of Pokemon news, the current up-to-date events, Envent.
Trash.
So recently, Niantic flubbed themselves. They stubbed their toes hard and put out a new update. If you guys want to take over, Jakey, go for it, or whoever wants to talk about it.
Yeah, they messed up again.
Yeah, I could talk to it since I had the update for
R.I.P.
Summies. So pretty much what ended up happening is, there's been a well-known invisible button that you can push when charge moves are going off to switch your Pokemon, whether it's your own charge move, attacking other Pokemon, or you're getting attacked yourself. So they pretty much wiped that button off the screen, the invisible version. Also, they dimmed the charge move buttons until you get enough energy to use them. And so what it's kind of done is just slowed down the pace of the battles. You can't do quick switches as easily. And then again, it also kind of feels, I haven't tested it enough, but it does feel like the charge moves are just a little bit slower in getting out. So hopefully they fix it. They Niantic help put something on Reddit or on Twitter pretty much saying that their reasoning for trying to fix it and that they're working on a fix or looking into one. So hopefully we see something soon.
Yeah, amen. Hopefully we do something soon. I know everybody's like freaking out about it. So have you had a battle yet at all today with the broken button?
Yeah, I have. And I mean, it's instinctual now at this point to try and do those quick switches. But you push it and you like think that almost that you're switch locked. Yeah, you're just stuck there. So again, hopefully they fix it out. I had a Go Stadium match this morning, and I have a backup phone that I use. So I played from the backup phone just so I wouldn't be at a huge disadvantage against my opponent who probably doesn't have the update.
Dang.
Yo, so take notes, kids. Always carry a burner phone.
You got that plug phone. Standby. All right, so that's the fattest news. Also, Timeless Cup was released, a little teaser by Self. So I don't know when this podcast is going to come out, but if not, we talked about it a little bit before. We did do one run through this podcast, but Jake was too busy sleeping, and it was kind of rough. But we're on round 2, and she's looking better. She's looking a little bit brighter. So, Timeless Cup, thoughts on it, boys?
Dinosaurs.
I really have no idea.
Just only a Alolan Marowak, the only fossil. Not an Omnistar, the real timeless Pokemons back from the Cretaceous area.
No, but I've seen some people on Twitter guessing that it might be like a generation type thing, or
That's what
maybe yeah, which could be kind of cool. I mean, Gen 1, maybe Gen 2, that'd almost make it like Rainbow Cup, but just more expanded. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
That's true.
Maybe just Pokemon the Ash had.
Ooh, any Troopers? Only Pikachus?
Yo, Has would take that in a heartbeat.
Oh, true. We got a
Down for that.
huge advantage. Alrighty.
So honestly, at first I thought the cup was gonna be a cup with Pokemon that are only like have a lot of HP and defense that are very tanky. But that's like the obvious answer.
Why? Why did you think that?
Because it's those tanky Pokemon like take forever to kill. So the battles will be like timeless, I guess. in a
So
sense.
just extra thick and that no
Yes.
bubble beam,
Extra juicy, only
Extra
motor
thick.
versions.
and then like Mantine that knows bubble beam. So it just takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Just Pokemon that take forever. I didn't even think about that. Huge brain. The sideburns are storing secret IQ that nobody knows about.
Oh my god.
We picked up Jake and his sideburns on Team Event.
Yo, honestly, I think we could spend more time talking about his sexy ass sideburns than about Pogo.
And we're all admitting to. All right. Well, Ferocious Cup is still. I mean, Ferocious Cup is still live for now for a little bit longer. We got a couple more tournaments in it. I think B has is going to a draft this weekend. I don't know if they're going to be doing any more Ferocious, but we did have the VA Cup that just happened last weekend. That 3 out of 4 of the battlers were at and did decent. B has took second. If you guys want to talk about that at all, and the trash that is Ferocious Cup without Last Resort Umbreon that Jake doesn't have and will not stop complaining about.
It's a struggle, man.
Maybe we let Has go first since he did so well.
Oh, true. B has
That's a good idea. And Jake, just get an Umbreon or get a Raticate, bro. Stop being a punk.
I already have one.
He had it on stream
All right.
last night. It was juicing it. That ramen
right.
noodle.
Yeah. If only we were watching. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was too busy sleeping, guy.
Alright. Yeah, so we just went down to Virginia. Jake, my girl, good time, Richmond. I actually switched up my lineup last second. Added Sand Slash.
Oh, Sand Slash.
Yeah, that's
I felt it would
ballsy,
be
my
good.
guy.
It
That's
would be
ballsy.
good bench pressure. Yeah, I had Piloswine in there, but I think A Slash was a little better for my team. It kept away the Nidos, cleared the path for Ninetales, went with Skuntank as a safe switch, and that formula is out for me.
Nice. And then, so you went second, and then Jake had a little bit rough. He went 4-4.
I went 4-4. Yeah, a lot of those matches were pretty close though.
What do you feel like? I know you talked about it. He just let out a recap video if you guys want to watch it, if any of you are interested in Ferocious Cup that are watching and listening. But he talked about his losses, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I uploaded a video like only showing my losses, and I felt a lot of them were pretty close except the first one. I feel like not having an Umbreon with the proper moveset kind of hurts. Because it makes its matchups a lot less
Favorable.
Yeah,
Or certain for
favorable. Like in the mirror, an Umbreon without Last Resort loses against other Pokemon that are the same
Skuntank.
type. Yeah,
Yeah, Skuntank.
against him as well. And against his main counter, it can't really like launch anything at it that's hits for like neutral. So there's that handicap as well. But yeah, overall, I think the Ferocious Cup is pretty boring. A lot of the matchups are even. So it really depends on who has the advantage in either HP or energy.
Got it.
And
Yeah, that's what you guys.
yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
wasn't my
That's what Lyndon
strongest
and Elka was
showing.
saying earlier is like this cup is so heavily involved with energy management.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was saying that on the flight home, I was watching my film just to try and understand some of the matches that I did lose. And I went 5-3, so again, not too happy with the results there. But again, you live and learn. And I was just surprised by how many of my battles, when looking at it, if I would have either farmed up one extra energy or one extra attack before I switched out, or if maybe I had farmed someone out instead of just going for the quick kill, how much different my like results would have been. And even again, some of my wins too, I farmed out and like made the right decision and barely won as a result of it. You know, Virginia had a lot of good battlers there. Like a lot of the nearby cities sent their best players, and so I keep reminding myself. I was telling a friend that you got to be thankful for any win that you get there because there are tons of good players and tons of good competitors. So
not only that, but I think this particular cup was hyper IV dependent. I feel like you had a great IV mon. You are going to be doing a lot more damage and being able to survive more hits, so you can farm down a lot of those other matchups.
yeah, that's true too.
I have like three rank 1 Pokemon on my team, and they flip those matches that are so close when you run sims that other cups weren't that IV dependent.
Yeah, that's really true. I mean, I think it's the Vaporeon and Ninetales or Alola Ninetales matchup. Like, depending on the IVs, the Ninetales can end up with something like 30 HP or 2, It's like nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Well,
Not only that, but QSA was really big. I know that me and
that
Brian
too.
we were talking about it at the beginning. I think he was handedly taking 6-7 straight from me. Then I was taking 6 or 7 straight, and we kept alternating. But every time we talked about it, he would always bring up that QSA video and just make sure certain matchups you're doing it and certain matchups you're avoiding it, because that can also handicap you in the long run.
Yeah, that's true too.
Especially versus on a QSA. Get bubble beamed. Yeah, QSA, it definitely match dependent. Against Suicune, you don't really want to get bubble beamed after QSAing. It's gonna hit less damage. You gotta be careful which matchups you QSA.
Yeah, and Battle Hero had a really good, a really nice video with the Bibarel Alola Ninetales QSA. If you actually QSA, you can come out of that matchup with minimal HP and taking a shield. Whereas if you do not QSA, that Ninetales can actually, with one shield, take you out, and you don't get to that second surf. So these little nuances are so big that if you don't know how to do that, that's a massive energy lead right there.
Oh yeah,
Definitely flip a match.
yeah. Shield and switch advantage, man. That's nuts.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of mad goats, dude, Elcow took his fat wins also in his cups in the fat wherever he was, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I kept it low key. I was actually going to head out to Virginia with these guys. Last minute, bam stuff didn't allow that to happen. But in total, I think right now I've done 3 cups. I've won 2 of them. Came in second place in the other, and I think in total I'm like either 12-1 or like 13-1. So I really do hate this meta. I do agree with Jake. I think it's honestly, if I didn't have a dream the night before my first cup where I dreamt out a line and then I practiced it in the morning and I hated it and I switched it and I found something that really worked. I literally found something that I've used in probably 96-97% of my matches.
Let's go, baby.
And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is until Sunday's tournament is done.
Everybody.
and then we can talk about it after. But I found a line that it is weak to one specific line, but I haven't seen it because I'm using that bench pressure to switch people to use particular mons. So far it's working, and I'll be in touch with you guys.
Nice.
He has those huge
Huge
strategies,
huge
huge mind games.
All right. Well, we're moving right along. We talked about pretty much all the new tournaments and stuff, but let's talk a little bit about the draft cup situation that's happening now, because it's a new format that Linden actually participated in this past weekend. It was like their special event host thing that they did, but BHAS is actually going to be in one this coming Saturday that will be streamed on J Farm's channel, I think he said. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know. I really like to draft things because, as I said, I'm not really super heavy into PvP or playing, but watching even Linden play and watching that team play was like super cool, and just like watching how different Pokemons were getting played that wasn't like banned and like all this weird stuff going on with the Sylph rules, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. So it's looking like it's going to be fun, especially for team battles.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, the thing I got to do was pretty lucky. King invited me out to join Team Flava Flav and go up against the Go Stadium crew. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, PvP, again, raises like the adrenaline a little bit compared to other stuff in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, but having the team battles, like that took it to a whole nother level, seeing each other's strategies play out, giving advice on move sets. And again, you could like the rules are a little bit more fluid there and allow for more creativity. So, you're playing with Pokemon low on like the PvPoke rankings for freestyle, and yet still having to make it work. So it was a lot of fun.
And even watching like when you guys are like drafting and picking and like figuring out strategy, like watching chat, then them have it post it, and like people are just trying to figure out in their minds like what's actually going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of like you guys everybody working together to get like a team that'll be able to stand
cool
up against everybody. So, I mean, it was cool to watch. Are you excited for your tournament, BHAS? What's gonna happen? Have you been talking about it with the guys yet?
Yeah, I'm excited. I still haven't developed any strategies, but I rewatched the stream and developing a feel for it.
Yeah.
I've done a couple drafts in Monster Ball,
the
remote group. So I get a little feel for the draft.
Nice. All right.
Trying to formulate a good team 6.
We'll just have to wait for El Cal. One day before, I'll have a dream for us. I'll post it in chat. It'll be easy roll, everyone.
Yo, not for nothing, but I love mind games. I feel like you're halfway to a victory if you outpick your opponent. Playing is that secondary factor. So if you can pinpoint someone to do what you want them to do,
just make them overthink it.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah. In one of my Go Stadium lobbies, we had a freestyle, like that they do every month, and I brought a team of 4 Pokemon and 2 Defense Deoxys, and my plan was to never use any of the Defense Deoxys and simply just have them there be for like mind games, And
Wow.
so game 1, match 1, I look at my opponent's team and I'm like, dang, I think I need to use the Defense Deoxys. So I brought it. My strategy, or like my plan, went out the window, and I lost hard. I'm like, okay, yeah, go. So I went back for in battle 2 of that round. Didn't bring Defense Deoxys, won. Game 3, didn't bring Defense Deoxys, won. And then I think I brought Defense Deoxys once the entire time, but pretty much 2 battles I brought him out of like the however many. And it was like it was all mind games. And I talked to my opponents after, like, you never ran it once. And I was like, yeah, it was just to make you focus on it. And yeah.
Yeah, not for nothing. I started really heavily looking at lines during Rainbow Cup. Rainbow and Jungle Cup was where I really kind of hit my stride, because I came into this cup, into these tournaments during Twilight. That was my very first one, so I wasn't really ramping up at all. And when I started really developing lines that I felt really good synergy with, I would have a general line, and then I would practice different lines to really complement that one, just in case there was a specific weakness to it. And that's how I go about my strategies. I'll usually have one general line, and people that have fought me, I'll use the same line 3 times on you. I don't give a crap. Like, I'm super stubborn. I'm the opposite of you. If I see something, I'm still going to end up going for it. So, and then the mind games of switching leads and all that, that's what I feel like I thrive at the most.
Dang, the info's out.
10
Yeah, but now you have no idea what I'm going to lead with.
Idea. That's a real big brain play.
Exactly.
You've never actually
if someone tells you what they're going to lead with, are they actually going to lead it?
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, there was actually a whole tournament where I told everyone what I was leading with, and no one believed me the entire tournament.
Huge brain. I'm Cal. It's just a sleeper pick. Everybody's gonna not know what's gonna happen. You're steamroll everybody that we go against, baby.
I'm with it.
Right. Anything else that we feel we need to cover? I think we've pretty much hit it all.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well. Anyway, boys. Hopefully everything will be fixed by the time this podcast is up. If not, thanks for listening. This is obviously the first podcast, and they're only gonna get better from here. We got a fat load of stuff planned and coming content-wise, and just what we want to do with the team. But we're really excited. We just want to keep this like as kind of a just chill way to talk about competitive stuff outside of videos, and just something that people could listen to and get a feel for the team, so that we have something to support. So we appreciate you listening.
Boom.
Thanks, guys.
See you later. Hopefully you catch the next one, and hopefully you made it this far. If so, comment big fat juicer. All right. Adios, team. Goodbye.